Welcome back, guys. We're jumping right into the picks and bans right now. And the first ban over on UDM's side is Kale.
And Vladimir on the other side. Two very strong champions. The Nocturne is being taken away, being denied from Concordia all series long.
And have the Zaya again taken out as well. With the Shaco, I guess Shaco was... UDM considered Shaco to be the difference maker in the first game.
Well, Shaco did create a lot of problems for them in the early game.
Concordia learned their lesson, I guess you can say, and they took out the Kaisa.
The Kaisa was causing a lot of problems in the late game.
So now last game we saw the last two games we saw bans for Pantheon, right?
Yeah, now he's in.
And Pantheon's in the game.
Pantheon Jarvan. It's gonna be fun to see.
With a Camille though. And an Echo. I love seeing Echo play. But a Camille, Echo, and a Heimerdinger. So are we gonna see a Heimerdinger in the bot lane?
It's possible. I mean,
or is Camille jungle and Heimerdinger at the top? What do you think?
No, we might see a Heimerdinger in the mid lane.
I think it's gonna go in jungle for the Echo, right? That makes more sense.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they can do swip swap champions. You never know.
The good old swip swap.
I like swip swaps. And they took out my boy.
They took out Poppy.
No, but they took out my boy.
The Twist of Fate.
No,
Oh, sorry, Shaco.
And we have a Jhin over in the bottom lane on Concordia's side. That is exciting to me because I love the fourth shot. That exploding people with the fourth shot is one of the most satisfying things to do in this entire game. Don't at me.
And then Nautilus gets locked in, so we're going to see Nautilus and Leona throughout all the games.
Yes. With 100% participation from Oriana as well.
Yeah.
Now they're choosing their loadout, and I'm going to take this opportunity to remind you guys that the LOL Worlds viewing party is taking place on November 10th. It's being hosted by the Concordia Esports Association with some others, and it's going to be at the downtown campus. I think it's a cool thing to have people getting together, and this is the first time the event is being run. And you know, they're in partnership with McGill and the Club de Sport Électronique de l'Université de Montréal and ETS Esports. Everybody's going to be getting together to play some matches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to the Facebook page in the chat right now, and you guys click on it. Everybody gets together and go enjoy some League of Legends playing with probably better casters. Not probably, definitely better casters than me.
And me as well. So
just looking at this lineup, right? If you remember the Jarvan getting an early flash on the Twisted Fate, I don't see that happening with the Heimerdinger in the mid lane now.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher lane to gank with the little turrets that he puts up in the middle of the lane. But he still would be able to put pressure on other lanes.
But you know, like his early level 2, it's a level 2 gank that he does, right? When he sweeps through the mid lane, just grabbing that flash from Twisted Fate and coming back around for the kill. That not only does that destabilize the team a little bit, but it gives you a little bit more momentum going back into the jungle. Now I'm curious to see what the top lane matchup is going to be like, because the last two games, Concordia has been very dominant in the top lane. The last game you couldn't translate it over.
Well, during the laning phase, yeah.
To a win, but I'm curious to see why they were so afraid of that Pantheon. Do you think we're going to see some...
well, I think we're about to find out why.
We're going to see some spear throwing, global alt having...
Well, there's going to be a lot of shields being thrown up on the side of UDM with the Leona and the Pantheon.
And Jarvan's got a big old spear, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. He fits the MO.
And I guess they'll playing on the side of Concordia, they'll be playing a little bit more protect the Jhin instead of protect the Ashe this time, but the same rules pretty much apply. Although
I do love that they have a lot more sources of damage than just the Ashe. They have the Jhin with the Echo
and you know let's talk
and the Heimerdinger too.
let's talk a little bit more about that Echo actually, because no, you know what? Okay, so we're gonna skip that. We're actually not gonna talk a little bit more about the Echo. We're gonna talk about the Camille. What do you think? How do you think Camille does in TFT matches?
She's like a she's good. She's good. She
Yeah.
has that kick.
You prefer her than Fiora?
She's a Blade Master.
She is a Blade Master.
She's pretty much equivalent to Fiora.
Yeah, except Fiora's got the stun.
Yes, Fiora does have a stun.
And I guess we're really not going to talk about the Echo, are we?
We could talk about the
Do
Echo.
you really want to? Because you
why
said
not?
no last time.
Yeah, I was messing with you.
Okay. All right, good. Trying to fill a little bit of that that dead air. No, but Echo is. I find Echo to be a really fun champion to play. In this, having him in the jungle, he has that same. He can dive turrets. So if he comes in for those ganks and you think you're safe just because you're in turret range, this is not the case. He's got some really good CC with the slow and that global stun if he can get in the middle of the fight. Rocking Dark Harvest tells me he's probably going to try to gank a lot. So I would expect to see him coming in out of the lanes, and he's going to be providing a little bit similar to Shaco. He's going to be providing a little bit more damage. Just like burst damage, which seems to be what they were missing in the last game, right? They were missing those. They were getting their opponents down to some very low hit points, and then they couldn't seem to actually close them out. And that's when Kaisa would come in and just like, you know, does she do lasers? Is it void lasers? I don't know what you call them.
When she's in her spacesuit, it most definitely is lasers.
See, somebody who has no idea what League of Legends is would think we are on some serious drugs.
Well, we're pretty crazy. I don't know about that. They're rushing to get out.
That's what I was missing, the objective times. I'm sorry, guys. But the stream gets better and better with your guys' feedback. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in as well. We're very happy to do this for Concordia, and we're excited if you guys have any feedback or you know, stuff that you like, stuff that you didn't like, you know, to provide that to us so that we can hopefully make a stream that's enjoyable for you guys to listen to. But we really appreciate you guys sticking through with us. I hope we've kept the games interested for you. I mean, we've got the easy job, right? Like the players are the ones that are throwing down.
Yeah, they're playing. Both sides are playing pretty well, and I mean very well, and they're keeping it interesting for everybody.
This Heimerdinger just spins around and around. He must get so dizzy.
I don't think so. Yordles don't get dizzy.
They don't? Is that confirmed?
No, it's not confirmed, but don't at me.
Okay. So like, Scissor Lady is Scissor Leg Lady, I should say. Because Scissor is anyways, we're not gonna go down that path. That's
Blade Leg Lady.
Blade Leg Lady.
No, let's just call her Camille. It's
okay,
easier.
Okay, Camille.
It rolls off the tongue.
It does roll off the tongue.
So of course, standard starting points for both junglers. Red.
Mm-hmm.
You think we're gonna see a level 2 gank?
I think he's gonna look for it. I don't think it'll have the same effect. Those turrets there are quite they're quite useful. He's approaching it.
Yeah,
he went in.
Yeah, you definitely. He's playing very aggressive, and
but the flash was not used. So I don't know if you would say it's worth it to put a little bit of damage on him, but Heimerdinger healed right back up, and I guess it's just a little bit of.
Well, he used the pot, so we might have to get chased back out of lane earlier. So
yeah, I guess it's something, right?
You gotta look for the positive.
Yeah.
And the Q lands on the Ezreal, and he
With
got the root
snare,
off.
and the fourth shot barely doesn't get him out completely. That's you have Ezreal running Klepto, which is gonna get the nerf. So taking advantage of it while he can. And Concordia is playing quite evenly now with UDM. Seem to have less big tanky boys over on the side of UDM as well, with Poppy missing for a Pantheon, but more damage on both sides of the fence. So, do you people normally put comment on Camille? I don't know if I've seen that. Oh, but wait, we have Echo chasing a low health Jarvan into the top brush as he barely escapes, and has to back with his buffs and his life, really.
Yeah, that was good. A good little invade that he did in the enemy jungler's jungle.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna see if he can translate that pressure into anything else.
So you have Leona jumping in on top of Jin, as Ezreal teleports back into lane. Brings him down a little bit, but he managed to keep his cool, keep his composure, fire his fourth shot off, and he still makes it. He's still staying in lane and farming away. So now Pantheon is getting poked out a lot by this Camille, but he is, for the first time, UDM has the lead in gold in the top lane.
Yeah, the Pantheon and the Camilla, they're trading pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be more interesting to see than two tanks fighting.
Don't add him. Anyways, the Echo is clearing his blue in the jungle side, and Orianna seems to be doing a pretty good job of taking out those Heimerdinger turrets, preventing him from just free farming. She's up as well. Nice 10 CS. And
the Jarvan.
so what do we see as the play right now? Because Pantheon seems to be Pantheon was putting a lot of pressure on Camille and forces her directly out of lane. Leona misses her snare. I guess no harm done, more than just a little bit of shame now.
Well, the Camille has to teleport back into lane, and both junglers are on the bot side looking to make a play, but it seems that she got her stun off and Pantheon had to flash away, and she followed up with a flash and got the first blood.
And first blood going over to Concordia now, as we have Leona snared. See, that was... I want to say that was something that was earned over in the top lane, but I think Pantheon was just a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, he took a couple turret shots, and she was able to capitalize on him being a little bit over aggressive.
Mm-hmm. And he stayed around.
And here comes the Jarvan trying to gank up, and the flash is used.
And that was the flash that... Oh, and Orianna is still there.
And she's gonna...
A couple autos
she's gonna flash in and get the kill.
And she flashes in and gets the kill, and escaped with her life.
Just barely makes it out.
I was just about to say that flash that he managed to keep is what saved him, but decided to stay in the fight and push it in maybe just a little bit too far. So a couple greedy plays, and we have 1 for 1 on the side of kills. For Concordia, they have a slight goal deficit right now.
She goes in for the stun.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes the Jarvan with the knock-up, and he returns the stun for stun. Jarvan comes in, knocks her up, and they were able to have enough damage to take her out.
Mm-hmm. So we see an Echo heading into the top lane just to clear the wave, put a little bit of pressure, and back Pantheon off of the turret. Once again, some trading going around in the middle lane, and a gank coming right over. Man, they really wanted him. But good ward placement and good game sense told Heimerdinger to back the hell out.
Well, the Jarvan's been very, very present on the map so far. He's been ganking top, ganking mid a lot. He was able to get 2 kills. He's making his presence felt.
And we see, I mean, we're seeing a more patient play come out of the side of Concordia. They are not they don't seem to be forcing themselves into any places. They're not taking any big risks. I expected to see Echo out of his jungle a little bit more, but maybe he's farming up to try and get an item or two before he gets in there, because his farm is a lot higher than Jarvan's. But running Dark Harvests, maybe he figures that his lanes can hold their own, and they'll be safer. And he knows he needs a couple items before he can really start bursting people down.
And they're not down by much, so he still does have that opportunity.
And Jin, we're talking like, Jin is a very late game champion. Once he gets his IE, he can be very dangerous. And Heimerdinger,
once he gets his second IE, he's even more dangerous.
Which I still can't believe they let that.
And then the third IE, we have a double engage here. Ult going off on the Ezreal, getting knocked up, but he eats safely under the turret.
Just pretty much forcing Ezreal back out of lane. Ezreal is the type of champion who just likes to hang in the back line and just kind of...
Oh, here comes a Jarvan. They might be able to make an aggressive play right here if Concordia pushes up a little bit too far. I don't think they see him.
Oh.
And she just misses the E.
A nice little juke coming out of Nautilus as...
yeah, the spaceman can move.
Picking up a turret plate.
Oh, and the Orianna lands an ult on the Heimerdinger, and he throws his ult.
Barely misses it out, though.
Yeah. And the Echo seems to be moving up, roaming towards the mid lane.
We seem to have a 4-person gank going over onto Orianna. 3-person, sorry. I cannot count. Oh, and the Q bounce through the air, that volley is always... I don't know. I like Jin. I like Jin a lot. I can spend all day talking about how cool this champion is. He's one of my favorite ADCs in the game. Just his flow and dynamic, the way that he fights is really interesting.
But is he cooler than Debonair Ezreal?
Oh yeah.
And a little return gank over here. Let's see if this time the Leona can land the Q. I mean the E, and then the Q. Oh, Jarvan seems to be leaving.
Yeah. I think he recognizes that they're not too aggressive. Oh, and a little trade going off from the side of Pantheon.
The damage that this Camille is putting out is very, very high.
But don't count Pantheon out. He deals a surprising amount of damage quickly as well. So the game is in a bit of, I wouldn't say a lull, but
we're taking a breather from the action.
They're setting up some stuff. We have a couple wards around the Infernal, and we have not seen any moves for those dragons yet. We only have 2 turret plates down, so this looks like both teams don't want to take any big chances in this match here to lose this game. They're both playing very cautious.
I mean, I think the Jarvan's still playing very aggressive, and also the Camille. She's not. He's taking his chances.
So now, if this continues, right, which team do you think has the better chance in the late game?
It's hard to say, but I think the...
Oh, speak of the devil, we seem to have the 4 champions looking to try to get a pick somewhere as they start up the dragon. They're even pulling Camille down, recognizing that this is a very big deal for them.
And the Ezreal tries to poke them off. The Camille sees the Orianna, chases her away for a little bit. Then the Jarvan comes in, knocks her up. They burn the ult, and will this be enough to get the Camille? And just barely. They're able to get the dragon, but then a fight breaks out.
And Echo manages to take out the Debonair Ezreal. And I don't know if Nautilus manages to escape. And now Echo is on the pretty much running for his life. Oh, with this multi-stun. Beautiful use of his ult, but ultimately couldn't get the kill on the Leona that he was looking for. And pretty much just trade kills, but the dragon does still go over to Concordia. And now Heimerdinger gets caught by 3 players on the side of UDM. Oh, we are in a match, guys.
Yeah, the Camille's gonna push up top, get a couple plates.
Which in itself is really valuable. I mean, we have Pantheon heading up towards the Camille, but Will he make it in there to stop him from getting? Well, he didn't get any more than that.
We might see something here. She is going the more aggressive route, and she's able to.
That's a very, very, very nice escape there from Camille. It's always those blade legs are quite useful.
And the ult comes through, and the stun locks down the Jhin. Doesn't have a chance even to move, and the Nautilus couldn't help him.
Yeah, gets exploded almost immediately, and Nautilus looks like he's going to be going down for a second kill. Although,
but then we have Spider Knot. Oh, I didn't coin the term. He tries to zip away through the wall, but the Leona does land the Aegis to stun him, and they're able to Ezreal is able to come and finish him off.
But on the other side of the map, we have Jarvan coming in and getting. Well, we had Echo ganking on the Pantheon with the help of the Camille. They managed to take him down, but then Jarvan comes in, trying to save the day, but dies to the Heimerdinger.
He's able to pick up one kill, but still he still falls to the Heimerdinger that comes in late. They're gonna get a couple turret plates down bot after getting the kill, the double kill.
Like this, just the man. Those blade legs, they're so cool. Like she's able to escape so easily or engage so easily. The strength of Camille is really getting, and that shield that she gets, for somebody who doesn't really understand how Camille works, can be incredibly well. I mean, the intricacies of when to engage on Camille, it can be really frustrating to play her because it always seems like you can get her quite low, but because of those adaptive shields that she gets, the damage, she's really tricky to kill.
Yeah, she, like you said, she has so much escape and a lot of engage too. When she does fly in with her E, she does actually land a stun too, you know.
So we have red buffs going to both junglers over right now, and Ezreal ult stopping the recalls of the bottom lane.
Now they're being very aggressive. Jarvan's coming in to take the blue.
And he's gonna get it, or give it over to Orianna rather, as Echo postures around in the top lane, looking for another kill, possibly on Pantheon, but decides to go into.
We might see a turret dive here.
Jungle.
No, never mind. They were able to recall back to the base.
So first turret seems to be going over to the side of UDM.
Well, we have a little bit of a turret dive on the other side of the map, but a teleport is coming through. He lands a stun, he's taking some turret shots and has to use his ult to get away. But the Orianna comes in, lands her stun, pulls him right back in, and the Pantheon lands a spear just to take him out.
See, that just going around, that was the same move that they managed to pull in the Shaco match in the first time, but this time Pantheon was a little bit more prepared and getting a little bit of support from Orianna in the mid lane.
Here the Nautilus gets caught out in the jungle. He dodges the Orianna stun, the Leona ultimate, but then gets caught by the Leona E and falls to the Ezreal.
And we have an engage happening right now. Camille is dancing around on top of Pantheon, but lets him go. A couple little blade kicks. You say blade kicks? Is that?
That is something.
And they crash on top of. The stun gets missed by Heimerdinger. A good use of his flash though to get away from to get just outside of the range of Jarvan. But
we just missed the Ezreal ultimate that hit the Heimerdinger.
Yeah, as he falls to Orianna right now. UDM seems to be making some. Seems to have a good recipe for the casserole that they're making right now.
Nautilus lands a knock-up on her while the Jhin pops his ultimate. She has to go golden for a second, but the Echo is there. And is he going to be able to... Yes, he is able to secure the kill.
Uses his flash to get in there and to take the kill.
And here comes the Camille, lands the ultimate on the Ezreal to trap him in the box.
That's a double kill going over to Ezreal. Not Ezreal, Echo, sorry. And he misses the tumble over the wall, but uses his ult. Unfortunately, not enough to get him out. He gets stunned by that Pantheon, the shield bash. That is, so this match is It's kind of going. It's kind of steamrolling away from. It's kind of falling away from Concordia right now. The Heimerdinger is putting pressure, but the thing about Heimerdinger is he has to kind of stay in his lane, right? Like he's got to stay there in order to set up turrets and kind of in a sort of Teemo way. He has to be fixed in one place, so he can't roam as much as like the Twisted Fate was able to kind of move around a little bit more in the last match. But what it is proving is that unfortunately he did die a couple times too, so he doesn't have that lead like he used to have.
Well, for me right now, the Jarvan is being very aggressive, and he's kind of the MVP for UDM on this one.
Yeah, I mean they banned out the Kaisa for the last match, but I think Jarvan was the person that really was making the difference as far as like the unsung hero in the last match. The Jarvan in the jungle was able to put a lot more pressure than the Urgot was doing. And even in this match here, when I was anticipating to see I was expecting to see Echo have a big gank presence in this game, just wasn't there. But I mean, once again, like, these guys are master and grandmaster. I don't know. I'm not gonna be the one to tell them that they're playing the game wrong.
Oh, we're definitely not criticizing.
Definitely not. It's just my expectations are a little bit different than what what ended up happening in the game. Right now we have Ezreal crashing on the tower with
He just barely misses the pull.
That's got to be frustrating, because when you see that happen, right? Like you're like, oh my god, he's in there, I got him, and then he missed. Like, same thing happens with Blitz too, but you know, I hate Blitzcrank. So
yeah, Blitzcrank is a tough fella.
I heard they made his Q longer. Oh, and that shield bash just prevented Echo from diving into the middle, which would have gotten a stun on both champions, the Pantheon and the Orianna. But now the Cavalry's coming in. Camille takes out the Orianna. The Pantheon in return, though, gets the Heimerdinger as Nautilus runs for his life from the Ezreal, who now has 4 kills with 168 farms and working on getting that mana immune transformation. With the Rift Herald up in the top lane, this one is not looking good for Concordia, I'll tell you what. And a beautiful stun happening for the Echo, but unfortunately could not be translated to anything. That last turret gives Camille the shutdown on the kill on Ezreal, and she seems to be going. She's going further in. She takes out Leona, and Jhin, flashes directly out. Now they're on the chase now. They're heading up, but I think Pantheon is going to be able to make it away. Jarvan hiding in the bush manages to recall out. And as far as trades are concerned, I think that one was in favor of UDM.
Yeah, they get the shutdown on the Camille. She was able to pick up a couple kills before, but all in all, they were able to get the turret. Not the inhibitor. Oh no, they didn't get. They got one turret. Used up the Rift Herald, and they're trying to assert their dominance right now.
Yeah, they're putting their pressure on the lanes. This is going to be a tricky match for Concordia to pull back, and yeah. I mean the Jhin is a little bit far behind right now. But once he does manage to finish that rapid fire cannon, that extra range is going to be able to help him in those team fights. And champions like the Pantheon before, who was escaped with a sliver of health, is not going to be able to make it away anymore. The Ezreal, though, that's with a transformed mana immune. That's gonna be kind of tricky as well, because Orianna is 5-2, Ezreal is 5-3, and these are two champions that are not only do they have good utility, because they poke, like Ezreal has a lot of poke, stays in the backline and poke, and it's just very slippery. But they do a lot of damage with their ults, like a lot of damage.
The only solution I see right now is
banning Shaco?
No. Okay. Triple Infinity Edge Jhin.
Triple Infinity Edge Jhin, and we have the dive going over with the flash. Jarvan gets taken out, but Leona takes down the turret. And we have some ults coming out over for Jin. And it looks like they're not going to pursue any further.
Yeah, the Jarvan missed his knock up there, and Leona also missed her E on the Nautilus, so they weren't able to secure that kill. But that was a good job at capitalizing, getting the kill on the Jarvan.
Yeah, and while all that was taking place, the top laner Camille managed to come down into the mid lane and take a turret. So it wasn't all for nothing. They managed to get a little bit of something out of that match.
Yeah, it's a very important turret to take down, and then they could start trying to reclaim some of the vision on the top side, so they can maybe prepare for a Baron, or at least see it when the other team's preparing for the Baron.
A little bit of vision never kills anybody. We have Camille and Echo backing to maybe reassess the situation, see what they can do, where they can put some more pressure. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of analog issues when you bring a microphone next to the piece of headphones. If anybody has their eardrums left, I apologize for that one. That was my mistake. Exactly. Exactly right now. So now Leona manages to get a wonderful dive on top of just not enough damage for that Echo to be able to take anybody out. He's just a little bit too far behind to jump into the middle of the team fight like that. Leona jumps right on top of Jin and unloads her full combo, taking him out, and took out pretty much everybody else along with him afterwards. So Camille is a lone wolf trying to farm up a little bit, decides not even to show her face to contest that Baron, which is going right over to UDM. She's just going to use the time now to clear the camps over on the bottom side and go back to base. Or maybe she'll... No, that's exactly what she ended up doing. So now, Jay, like, you're in this position, right? Like, you're playing... Who would you be playing in this match? Heimerdinger?
Who would I be playing?
Yeah, out of all the players on Concordia, who would you be playing? Echo?
No, I guess if I had to choose one, I'd definitely be the Nautilus.
Okay, so you're Nautilus right now. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking I just gotta get one hook to change this game.
Just one?
Well, you gotta get a few, but you gotta start by one. Get one hook, and we gotta a little engage in the bot lane.
And it is always so surprising to see how much damage that Camille can do, and she managed to take out the... Wow. Oh, this looks very promising. A beautiful engage from Camille turns into a great team fight on the side of Concordia, and they turn that around. They remove Baron buff off of 3 of their opponents, with the Ezreal and the Orianna still alive.
You saw the patience that she executed when she hopped onto the wall and just waited for him to come back from being golden, and then she was able to land the second part of her stun Q combo.
Cause she could have gotten away, right? Like, she could have just left, fearing the rest of the team coming to the rescue of the Pantheon, but she dove right in there. She's still got some fight left in her, and so should inspiring the rest of the team to rally behind her and, you know, get behind the fight, right? Like, we're what, 26 minutes in, and they're down 9 kills and 9k gold, but, you know,
that's not to say that they can't come back.
Does not mean they can't come back, just like Orianna proved just now.
Camille.
Is what I said.
This is what you said.
Is what I meant to say.
Don't add him.
Don't. No, you mean you can at me for that. That was bad. That was really bad. So we have a...
So let's talk about itemization here. What do you see on the side of UDM?
Well, I mean, what don't they have, right? Like, I'm still looking at that Ezreal, right? Because I guess he's gonna be going into a Guardian Angel next, or I mean, he has a stopwatch. So maybe he's keeping the stopwatch to make sure that he keeps himself well protected. But
Well, he also has the BF sword. I do believe that you are right.
I think he's gonna go into the Guardian Angel just to give him a little bit of extra survivability. I'm not even gonna talk about Leona because it's not. She's been landing some really good stuns and ults, but the bottom tower is going down right now. It's just being melted because don't forget the 3 of those players still have the Baron buff. She takes so much damage straight to the face and does not even shrug, does not even flinch. Once again, the words I was trying to use.
Oh, the Orianna looks like she's getting caught out right now, but she has to flash away. But also, we didn't see it in the top lane on the other side. Camille's actually pushing and getting an inhibitor and inhibitor to try and even out things on the other side.
Just like when you think that the game is going directly in favor of UDM, Concordia is still backdooring a little bit, and they have to pay attention because they have to answer this Camille, right? Like when you can't just let her run all the way across the map, but who do you send, right? You send the Pantheon. She already proved that she can 1v1 that Pantheon. You send Leona and Ezreal, but then you're missing some of that poke, and you're creating an offset on the other side of the map, right? So this is Concordia is really holding themselves together, and Ezreal had Echo in his wings, and that ult unfortunately got caught out. That ult from Leona managed to keep the prey.
Oh, we might be able to get the Jarvan here.
I don't know.
Oh, and the Pantheon ults in. Oh boy, jumps right on top of the Heimerdinger.
See, that is bad luck on the side. Oh, let's use her flash to get away.
But he's able to get away, and then he hops right back over the wall. Because they have the ward.
Wild.
They do have vision on the other side.
But they managed to get Concordia. Not Concordia. Camille down. I'm messing up her name a lot.
That's right. You can call her Scissor Lady.
Yeah, Blade Lady. We'll call her Blade Lady. So with the top tower going down, the inhibitor exposed, the chances for Concordia to come back for this one are getting kind of slim. And Echo goes down almost immediately.
That's some big damage coming out from the Orianna EQ.
Yeah, I mean she's 7 and 2, right? She has 3 completed items. Morel and Lamacon.
Morel and Lamacon with the Luden's Echo and a Zanya.
A lot of damage.
And looks like she's going back into the needlessly large rod. And UDM looks like they're going to try and close the game out right now.
Yep. They put enough pressure and came back from a 1-0 deficit to make it 2-0, and it was a very well played match for their part. And we saw some really good plays come out of the Camille and but unfortunately did not have the support to make it through this one. So this is a very well played game by UDM, and a good game going over to them. The victory and the series is in favor of UDM.
Yeah. Well, both sides played very well, but